That's one in the hole.
All right. Sergeant Steve.
Good morning, Travis.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. How's everybody out there today?
I hope they're good.
I hope they're doing fine.
Well, guys, welcome into the Tcarp Tman channel. As you can see, we've got a few things laid out here. We want to talk to you guys today about the difference of semi-automatics and revolvers and handguns. We also want to talk to you guys about the difference of the largeness of the handgun all the way down to how small it is. We want you to understand the difference between these two, because when you walk into a gun shop, there's going to be a lot of guns and a lot of people telling you a lot of things. So we want to not only tell you, we're going to show you the difference between them and let you make the most informed decision. Now, I've been shooting for about 10 years. Steve, how long have you been shooting?
I'm 73, so I've been shooting since I'm about 9 or 10, I guess.
So we've got a little bit of experience. Now, again, we're not the so-called experts,
no,
but we're two guys and we do have camera. So stay with us, guys. We're going to get to talking and also shooting. So, all right. So, Steve, what do we got here?
This is a little Heritage. It's a 22 and a 22 Magnum revolver, and difference being between the 22 and the 22 Magnum. So this one here, you could use it in a self-defense kind of situation, a little bigger. Both of them are rim fire, of course. It's less money spent for practice time. It's a good one to doesn't have recoil, so it's a good one to teach maybe someone that doesn't shoot much, like my wife or my daughter, or somebody getting a firearm first time. The thing about this particular one here is not only that, you got a safety mechanism there, so it would not fire if the hammer was pulled back and shot. It also has, it's not a this is a single action, not a double action or dual action. The trigger has an easy trigger pull.
So what's the difference between single action and double action?
Well, as you see here, you pull the hammer back because it's loaded, and this is a double action. It won't. You can fire by the trigger.
Okay.
See, the trigger has no pull of the hammer. Even if it takes safety off, it has no pull. The hammer doesn't go back when you pull the trigger.
Ah, okay.
And also what it does, I think a firearm like this, like I say, especially with ammunition being so hard to get. See, it is a rim fire, which means it doesn't have a primer. You fire and point the rim of it instead of a bullet primer in the center.
And we'll show you the difference between those.
I will explain that. But anyhow, it is a good. Let's say things got hard. Okay, a 22. I got 22 rifles. We'll do that later on in another video one day. But 22s, you can get bulk. You have interchangeable. You could, shoot rabbit setting. I don't know how many I've killed my bow close like that. You can take small game like that, and it'd be a somewhat protection, better than nothing.
Better than a sharp stick.
That's right, exactly. It's a longer barrel, gives a little more downrange than a 4 or 6 inch barrel, or 4 or 3 inch barrel. But that's a 6 inch barrel, which gives you a little bit more downrange with it. Kind of like Wyatt Earp. I watched it when I was a kid. He had that buntline special, and he had that longer barrel on it where you could reach out a little further like a rifle. But it's a fun thing to shoot.
I hear you. Well, let's show people how fun it is to shoot. Let's get up here and we'll do it. All right. And that's how you know you're empty on a revolver. So, all right, let's go check it out and see how we did. So we had a few shots with the 22 Magnum, but with the regular 22, we've got it here, which is about a 6-7 inch group, and we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 yards away.
Yeah.
So, and what that is, you know, this, like he said, it's just a plinking gun. This is just
exactly right.
That you're not going to be able to shoot a squirrel with that. Maybe. But
sure.
But this would be like one of those, like a trap gun. I've got one myself. I talked about, you know, if you got to put an animal down or something like that, this would be great for that. So
it's fun to plink.
Absolutely fun to definitely teach someone how to do it.
Yeah.
It slows that person down. Now, the one thing about, you know, revolvers that Steve talked about, especially in a self-defense scenario, it's once you got that, it takes a good minute and a half to reload. Right. So, all right. So in comparison to that, I've got my little Ruger LCP. It's a 380, and it is a semi-automatic pistol. Just like Steve's, it carries 6, but it also, the cool thing about semi-automatics is you can carry 1 in the cylinder. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So we're gonna load 6 rounds into into what this is called a magazine, or a box magazine. Some people call it a clip. If you walk in and call it a clip, the gun people are gonna make fun of you because it's a magazine. So it's got 6 in there. Now but you can also do that, and then it's loaded up. You can also put an extra one in there, and the reason why it is I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it's got one in there already. It's got one basically in the barrel already.
In the pipe. Okay.
In the pipe, right. So, and I hope you notice I'm not pointing this towards Steve. I'm pointing this in a safe direction. The reason why that is, you never point a gun at somebody, period, end of sentence, even if it's loaded or unloaded. You just don't do it. It's a really good rule of thumb. And I know we've got guns laid on the table, but bear with us here. So the way this works is this is a double action only thing. So just like what Steve was talking about with his stuff, where you pull the trigger, this hammer comes down and hits it. But I can't pull the trigger. I can't pull the trigger, or pull the hammer back and do it. I've got to fully pull that. So this is a good option for those that want the same type of action as that revolver, but they want that little bit slimmer profile. See, what I can do with this is I can carry this in my pocket, but use this very simple and easy little carry system. I can slip this down in the pocket, and it's very, very easy to use. So, but with this, it's not super accurate. It's got a very, very small barrel. I think maybe 3 inches at the most. But I want to go over here right now and show you guys how accurate it is and what you can do about 7 yards. So follow me, guys. Fire in the hole, okay?
Fire in the hole.
Let's walk over and see how we did. So these are going to be a little bit bigger than the 22. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a 7 somewhere. Maybe a 7 down here. So very similar to very similar to that. And the thing is it's again it's a self-defense thing. Now, one thing you will notice is that was pretty snappy. It did not feel good shooting that. That was not fun for me. But again, 7 yards in there, quick succession, that is, you know, pretty decent sized human body. That will be a good self-defense gun, and this is why I carried my 380.
Well, it's about the same as here.
There you go. All right.
It's the same as that.
Ready when you are, boss.
All right. This one here, I haven't had this in long. Like I say, I bought one of these for my wife, or she bought it rather, for herself. It's a light action. It just shoots a 38, and you can get, you know, like practice rounds here. And this is personal
defense.
Defense, I guess. I'm telling you, I have a hard time there. Defense. And this right here is a 357 Magnum.
Woo!
And it is a practice round, but it will flat hurt you.
Now, why? Now the difference of these is this 38 special?
It's just a regular 38. Yeah. Special.
So the difference between these two, we want to show you. If you can see how this one's bigger, and this one's going to be your practice round, so it's going to be less expensive. This one's going to cost you a lot of money, and the reason is that little tip, that's the bullet that comes out. That's going to be, it's just expensive. It's going to expand, and we can get into all that a little bit later, but it's a more expensive round. We're not going to shoot that on camera because that round cost about $1, just about, probably more
than that.
And then this one is your big boy. It's got a lot of powder. It's gonna hurt, but it'll do some damage too. So,
well, see, if you was carrying this, and hopefully you never had to shoot it, but if you was carrying it, this gives you a whole lot more knockdown power than this. And I mean, 38 and 357, you know, that's in Dirty Harry's line right there. But it will flat. It'll kick you. I shot 5. It shoots 5, and I shot 5 here a while back, and I'm telling you what, it hurt every time. And but the 38, it's fun to shoot.
All right. So let's show them how to load it up, and let's show them how the 38 shoots. Now this would be a good comparison too to my little 380 as well, as a pocket carry gun or whatnot. Or you could carry it on your hip too if you wanted to.
You can stick it in your pocket. It's I've got a box I keep mine in, and ammo, and I can set it in the truck. I can carry it with, put it in my suitcase. It makes a good, if somebody's going through the room and it had to be in the room. I'm having trouble people picking up a Bible. So I'm just saying, I think they did that in prison. When they got their Bible, they hewed it out, put their shivs in it, so to speak. But yeah, that's a good carrying case. That's a little Turkey Man tip, I guess you say.
All right.
But this one here, and remember what we said about rim fire? This is center fire. See, the primer's in the center of the casing. You can reload these here, but it holds 5. It's fun to shoot. At 357, I'm gonna talk you into shooting it here in a minute and let people see just how much unfun that is. But it's got some whole lot more power than
people think.
It does.
All right, so we're gonna get our ears on, and then we're gonna show you.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what it did. I'm a little further back than you was, but I'm gonna take off this.
So you're gonna shoot from the table, huh?
I am.
So we're gonna shoot from the table. Again, this is probably about 10 yards away, maybe 8 to 10 yards away. So
yeah, you was about 2 or 3 steps closer. There we go. Miss?
No, you got it. Little high there.
A little bit to the right. A little high.
There you
All
go.
right,
You're getting them in
all
there now.
5 of them there.
Is that all 5 of them?
Yeah. But yeah, I think now that I know where to hold, that's where practice comes in. You know, you don't shoot these every day. At last I seen how to hold. It's not adjustable sight on this one, so you can't set your sights up.
So what I'm going to do is show you.
Pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So this was the first one. This was the second one, and then he started pulling that group in.
I finally got it dialed a little bit closer.
Yep. So.
But yeah, it's a fun gun to shoot.
So we want to compare what we just shot. So Steve shot a little 38 special, the 357 Magnum switch revolver. Now this is my Glock 43. Now it is also it's a smaller semi-automatic handgun. It is a single stack magazine, just like my my Ruger LCP was. Single stack means that the bullets stack on top of each other. And this one also shoots 6+1, but this one is a 9mm versus a 380. Let me see if I've got a 380 to show you. This is a larger caliber, or excuse me, more powder. The width or the roundness of the two though is the same, okay? So a 9mm and a 380 auto, the roundness is the same, but as you can see, the casing is higher and it has more powder. What that means is it's going to come out faster and harder and with more energy. So we're going to load this up just like we did the other ones. So it's got 6. So we're going to lose 6 in here. Okay, and I'm going to shove that in there like such. I'm going to pull it back. And then I'm going to set it down right here. And I'm going to put another one in there. And again, this is one of the advantages of a semi-automatic. You can get 6 plus 1 in the chamber. So I'm going to stand up and I'm going to shoot this one. And you shoot these a little bit differently than you do a revolver. With this one, you have your hand right here. Then you take your left hand and you put it on top on the slide. You put your thumb there, you wrap this around, and you do this. Now, some people will make the mistake of doing this. Don't do that. This comes back and this will tear up your thumb. You need to meet the thumbs here. So that's just a little tip and trick from us. So I'm gonna walk over here and we're gonna shoot this and see how it does. All right. And Steve, you tell me when you're ready, my brother. You probably get right there or get the whole thing if you like. You got me? All right. So we're gonna shoot this. This is, again, not very far. This is a self-defense situation. This is probably as far as you want to shoot in self-defense. So we'll do that. Got your ears on? All right. So, and that's with that. Now, I'm pretty proud of that, to be honest with you.
That's a really good group right there.
So,
I mean, that's a headshot.
Yeah. So that's within a fist right there. And if you had to, and I'm really proud of that, to be honest with you.
That's a good group.
And then again, if you had to, these are not survival guns. What we're talking about now. These are purely self-defense guns. And that's what this is. This would be something that you could carry if you had to. You could carry it appendix carry right here, and then you could pull it out and go. That's what a lot of people use this for. This is a great little truck gun or a gun. It's not very kicky. That was less recoil and a lot more pleasant to shoot than my little 380 auto, okay? And the reason why this is it's a little bit heavier, and I have a little bit more purchase, and you can tell I shot it better. So it's just something for folks to think about. The Glock 43.
I'm excited about this gun here.
Uh-oh, see, you're excited about this. So what is this?
Well, this is a Smith and Wesson. It is a 45 Colt. Now what you want to be sure to do, which I learned, I just bought this gun not too long ago, and get the right one here. Go right in, slide it out. You need, don't get the handgun ammunition on 45. You have to have that little lip there on the outside, or it won't fit. If you get automatic, 45 automatic, it is tapered on the end, at the end, and it won't shoot in there. See, that keeps
it going.
Right.
So what he's saying is there's going to be markings on the barrel of your gun, and it's going to tell you the correct ammunition for your firearm. You've got to follow that to the letter of the law. And if you have any questions, what you can do is bring your unloaded firearm, unloaded, to the gun shop or whatnot, and I'm sure, and say, hey, what ammunition does this take? And they can lead you to it, or they can help you order it. Right. So just that's very careful.
I had not had a handgun like this.
Right.
This one here, what's neat about this is it's got adjustable sights on it, long barrel, and you could deer hunt with this.
Oh, right.
I mean, it is so smooth. I've shot it a couple times, and it's probably the funnest gun I've ever had, handgun, to shoot.
That's awesome.
And I mean, you think, well, he's gonna kick. So while I'm gonna load this up, I'm gonna take the camera, I'm gonna let you shoot this thing, because you need to shoot you need to shoot
I need to shoot this thing.
You really do, because this is fun shooting.
All right.
And you're gonna be surprised of how least the recoil got. It holds 6. This would be a good gun, especially as I've got self-defense, but we're shooting target loads.
Shooting target loads, right? Right.
But you could have it in, let's say that you was a bow hunter, and you went on a hog or a bear hunt or something. You could carry this. That if you got in a situation, this here is sweet.
All right.
And I want to lay it right here. It's loaded now.
All right.
I'm gonna swap with you.
Gonna swap with me.
And I'm gonna put these ears on.
Put your ears on.
Because it does have a sound to it.
All right. So we'll just be ready for it.
Okay.
So what I'll do.
See, I'm gonna get right here.
So what I'll do is I will get right here, and he said, and this would be a good shot on I'd love to get this close to a deer.
Oh well, I guarantee that. But I just want you to feel the recoil. I'm gonna get on you. We'll look at this.
And what I'll do is I'm gonna aim high, like up higher, and see what I can do.
It's pretty accurate. It really is.
So here we go. So it's a single action only.
No, it's double action.
Oh, it's double action.
Yeah.
So here we go. Oh my.
Ain't that smooth?
Oh wow.
You see what I'm talking about?
Wow. Buddy.
That's a tag driver, ain't it? That's one in the hole.
Oh my goodness.
Shot a little quick.
A little quick there.
That's 6.
Buddy.
What do you think?
Wow. Wow. Let's show them this.
Here you go. You take over.
So, all right. So, friends, that's
is that not sweet?
That's a sweet gun. That's, like you said, that's pretty tack driver. So let's walk over here and see. So let me show y'all.
Shot one inside the hole.
Woo, buddy. That's good. This was my little. I was a little quick with it, but buddy, that's at 7 yards. That's pretty. That's very good.
Right there.
That's pretty good. So at 20,
what did you think about the recoil?
I really did like the recoil. The recoil was not bad at all. Like extremely pleasant. Extremely pleasant. And like you said, if you wanted to do something a little bit more challenging, I'd probably say that's within 30-40 yards.
Oh yeah.
You could hit a pie plate, no problem with that. Yeah. Anybody could. So, you know, I'm not the best shot in the world, but if you can, you know, if you can do that at 10 yards, you can definitely hit a pie plate at 40, which is, it's probably be the maximum for that gun. And that'd be a great gun to, that'd be so much fun to try to shoot.
Oh, shoot deer with. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it would. It would be. I think it would be fun to have along with the deer hunt.
Yes.
Yes. Say a hog come in close or something you. Maybe a coyote or something.
Absolutely, that would be a great gun to keep. You know, we need to turkey hunt with it, because a lot of hunters will come in and they'll pop a coyote with their turkey load. Don't be doing that. Use your handgun. You know, if you've got something like that. So, anyways, that was a great fun gun.
I thought you might enjoy that.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so I was telling Steve I'm probably going to wax a little eloquent with this, because this is my first handgun ever. I bought it when I was 21. And to be honest with you, I just love this. That's a lie. It's not my first handgun. It's actually my third. But anyway, this is the first one I fell in love with. This is my Glock 17, and this is the famous Glock 17 that really has changed the handgun market, period. There's no doubt about it. That there's just so many Glock copies on the market. But anyway, it has a steel slide, it's got polymer handles, all that stuff, all of what like we have talked before. But this is your go-to-war gun. You could, in theory, hunt with this just like this. I don't think I'm going to be as good a shot with this as I was with Steve's, but you could, in theory, this, like I said, go to war with it. This would be a great wartime, or you know, if everything ever got bad, this would be a great sidearm for that. A lot of police will carry Glock 17s. Some militaries have. It's a great gun. Let me show you how to load it up. It is a double stack magazine, so you've got the ability to put 17 rounds in here. I'm not going to do that for the sake of time and money, to be honest with you. So, and the cool thing about these Glock magazines, and a lot of semi-automatic magazines, they'll show you where you're at. So it shows you, it's got little holes in here, and it'll show you where you're at there. So to do it, you stick it in there, and then you pull this back, and then it's loaded up. So, all right, so again, just going over grip, this has got a lot larger grip than that 43 and that little 380. So you've got that. You always keep your finger off the trigger. Put your hand here, not like this. You marry the thumbs. You get that thumb right there on that side to where it controls it. And we're gonna shoot this thing, see how she does. All right. So we're gonna try this. So we got 5 rounds. All right. So I was better with my 43 than I was my 17. But with that one, you can see how accurate it is. It's decently, there's a lot of people that are a lot more accurate than I am with this. And again, I love this gun. It's a good shooter in my opinion. Again, I'm not very accurate with this. That's what training comes into play. But again, this is a full-size semi-automatic handgun, and hold this for me, will you? Yep. The one thing I want you to realize, again, is the pros and cons of these firearms. So you saw the pro with a very full-size revolver. That accuracy, that trigger pull is so good. But you got 6 rounds versus the carrying capacity of this is 17. So it just depends on what application you want your firearm to have. And that's the big deal, is what are you going to use your gun for?
If I was going to get me one of these, and ammunition being high, and I wanted to learn to shoot it and everything, would you recommend a 22 in a Glock?
I don't know if they make a 22 in a Glock.
Well, they make them in this style. I mean,
right. I would probably practice semi-automatic. I would get me a little 22. I'd get me a little 22 revolver first and practice. Just be honest, before I got that, maybe. That's a good question. I don't really know right now. I'd have to think about it.
Years ago, when I wished I had it back, you always wished that you had something you let get away that you sold. But I had a Ruger Mach .45, a 22 pistol. It wasn't the bore barrel one, it was the one that more standard. And it was so accurate and fun to shoot. Never jammed, and that was a fun gun.
Right.
That was a fun gun.
Well, well, how's this? In the comments, leave us what you think you would do. So again, we're not experts. We're just two fellers out here with camera and guns. But again, for Turkey Man, this is Tcarp signing out. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, subscribe, hit all the bells. Y'all be good.